Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Believe Physics. Dear students, today we are going to discuss a very important topic for the electricity and magnetism, and that topic is in the chapter number 22 of the Halliday Resnick Walker Fundamentals of Physics 10th edition. The topic is the electric field due to a line of charges. So let's start it. Before we start this topic, we should know that this is a continuous distribution. When there is a continuous distribution, then we just consider the density of charges. Density means the charge distributed per unit area, per unit volume, or per unit length. Because this is a line of charges, so we will define the linear charge density, and we will write it like that. Linear charge density is defined as the charge per unit length, and it is denoted by lambda. Okay, so linear charge density is defined as the charge per unit length. So what should be its unit? Before I write, you comment it or derive it by yourself, and then I will tell you. Because this is charge per unit length, this is the definition of the linear charge density. So charge density, what should be its units? It's denoted by lambda, and its unit is, because unit of charge is coulomb, length is in meter, so its unit is coulomb per meter, or you can write it coulomb meter inverse. Okay, so let's consider a ring of charges over which positive charge is uniformly distributed. Okay, let's suppose this is a ring of charges, and over which positive charge is uniformly distributed, and its axis is along the z-axis. Okay, we want to find the electric field at a point P, this point P, which is at distance z from its center of the ring. Okay, this distance is z, and the length of the ring is r, and positive charge is distributed over it uniformly. This is positive charge, and this is distributed over it uniformly. Now we want to find electric field due to this ring, and this ring is some insulating material, plastic or so on, so that this charge is fixed over it. Okay, let's suppose the distance from this point P to, and we to this some unit, some length element on the ring is this is r. Okay, this length distance is r, and this distance is r, and we consider a length element, very small length element here. This length element is of the length of this element is, let's suppose, very small length element. This is length is ds, and charge dis distributed on this length, only this small element length element is dq. Then according to definition, for the charge density, because the uniform charge density, so here we can write del lambda for this charge length element is equal to dq over ds, because charge on this length is dq, so we can write lambda is equal to dq over ds. So if you multiply this lambda with the whole length of this ring, you will get the total charge. So or you can write it as lambda ds is equal to dq. This is the charge on this unit length. Now we make one assumption, or this is very obvious, that this a far off point, okay, so that this small length element is so small that it will behave as a unit positive, as a point charge. It will behave as a point charge with respect to p. Okay, so from looking from p, we will, if it will be look like a point charge. So electric field due to this length, the element ds here will be equal to, and will be equal to dE, and this can be found by using the electric field due to point charges, and electric field due to point charge is 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught into q over r. So here q is this charge on this length element is dq, so the electric field due to this length element is dE, and that will be equal to dq over r square. Okay, understand it? It is very easy to understand. Okay, now put this value here, put the value of dq here. Dq is equal to lambda ds. Therefore the expression for the electric field due to this length element, small length element, will be equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught into, instead of dq we can write lambda ds, so this will become lambda ds over lambda ds over r square. Now this r square is not easy to find, but we know what, given that this distance is z and this is r, this is perpendicular length, okay, this is 90 angle, it means, so the using the Pythagoras theorem, we can write that r square is equal to z square plus this capital R square, because this is the base and this is perpendicular, this is hypotenuse, so we can r square is equal to r square plus z square, or you can add r is equal to z square plus r square under the root sign. Therefore putting this value in this equation, we get d is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught into lambda ds over z square plus r square. Okay, now we draw the discuss the direction of this electric field. The electric field due to this length of charges, this length element will be directed away from this point P, and it will have two components. One will be dE cos theta and one will be dE sin theta. Similarly, if we take another equal length element here at the same distance, no, so similarly, if we take here length element here, the electric field due to this will be directed in this direction away from the point P, because we have taken this as positive charge. It will again have two components. One will be d cos theta in this direction and one will be d sin theta. So d sin theta will be cancelled with d sin theta, and these two d cos theta will add up to each other. So if we take the whole ring, in each case the perpendicular component of every two opposite length elements will cancel each other, and only the parallel component, which is d cos theta, will add up. So if we find the d cos theta element of the each element and add them, you can get the total electric field due to the this ring of charges. Now we want to find cos theta. Cos theta is equal to, here cos theta is there. This is the triangle. We've considered this is angle is theta, so this is also theta, because these are the vertical angles, and cos is equal to base over hypotenuse. Base is z and hypotenuse is small r, so cos is equal to z over r. Putting the value of r from here, we can get cos is equal to z over z square plus r square whole power 1 over 2. Therefore, dE cos theta will become, using these two equations 1 and 2, we can write dE cos theta is equal to 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught lambda ds over z square plus r square whole power 1 into z into cos theta. Cos theta is z over r square whole square power 1 over 2. When we simplify it, this lambda into z becomes lambda z, and 4 pi epsilon naught as it is, and when we multiply these two, the powers will be added. The 1 plus 1 by 2 is equal to 3 by 2, so we get lambda z over 4 pi epsilon naught into z square plus r square whole power 3 over 2 into ds. So this is the electric field due to one length element ds. If you want to find the electric field due to whole this ring of charges, you will add, and because this length element is very small, so we cannot add them in the discrete steps, but we will the continuous, for the continuous distribution we will do the integration. So we will integrate it over the whole length. Whole length is what? This whole length is the length of circle. Circumference of circle. Circumference of circle is 2 pi r. So we will integrate it over the 2 pi r from 0 to 2 pi r lambda z over 4 pi epsilon r z square over r square power 3 over 2 ds. Now we are integrating respect to s. So all of these terms are constant. They will be taken out of the integral. So we get 1 here, 1 ds. The integral of 1 is s. So integral of this over 1 over whole length will become s. S is the length, and length of this ring is 2 pi r. So we this integral will equal to 2 pi r. So we get lambda z into 2 pi r over 4 pi epsilon naught into z square plus r square whole power 3 over 2. Now we simplify it. Look here, this is lambda into 2 pi r. Lambda is what? Charge density, charge per unit length, and 2 pi r is the length. When we multiplied the lambda with the length, that is charge density, charge per unit length into length, length is cancelled with length, we are left with charge. So with this lambda and 2 pi r gives you the charge on the ring, and charge on the ring is taken as q. So we are left with lambda 2 pi becomes q. So electric field due to ring of charges become qz over 4 pi epsilon naught into z square plus r square whole power 3 over 2. Okay. So this is the expression for the electric field due to ring of charges or the line of charges. Okay, the geometry is arbitrary. You can take any geometry, you will get the same result. So when we have a ring of charges, then the electric field due to that ring of charges at a distance z will be equal to q into z over 4 pi epsilon naught into z square plus r square whole power 3 over 2. Okay, this is the electric field formula. Now we take two assumptions. These assumptions are what? These assumptions are that if in exam, when you complete this, you put it in the box like that, and it will be make visual values. Okay, what will be the direction? Direction is always away from the in the case of positive charge, it will be directed outwards from the ring, away from the ring, and if it is negative charge, the magnitude will be same, but its direction will be inward towards the ring. Now we take to assumption 1. First assumption is if z is much larger than r, that is the point where we have to find the electric field is far away as compared to the radius of the ring, that is this point is far away from the ring as compared to the radius of the ring. So then from the far away point, this ring will look like as a point charge, and let's check it if the expression reduced to electric field due to point charge. Okay, so when we get this, the R can be replaced as 0, so R z square plus R square can be approximated at z square. So put z square here, z square will become z square whole power 3 over 2, 2 is cancelled with 2, so we get z cube, z over z cube is 1 over z square, so the expression for the field will become 1 over 4 pi epsilon naught into q over z square. This is exactly the same expression as we find in the case of the electric field due to point charges. So the ring will behave as a point charge and for the far off point. Okay. Second assumption is if we want to find the electric field at the center of the ring, then in this case z will become 0 because the z is the distance from the center. So if we point the point is located at the center of the ring, then z will become 0, and then putting the value of z at 0 here become q into 0 is 0, 0 or something is 0, so electric field becomes 0 according to this expression. And physically if we check it, if we take a point here and let's suppose this is negatively charged ring, then from this point, for this point, the electric field at this point at the center will be directed away here, and if we take another point here opposite to this ring, then the electric field due to that point will be again in the this point for the electric field will be directed this way. So these two fields are equal and opposite because they are at equal distance, the radiuses r, they will cancel each other. Similarly for this point, there will be another point here whose electric field be equal and opposite, they will cancel each other. Similarly for this point, so for each point we can find a point whose another point where the two fields cancel each other. So overall all the points on the ring opposite to each other will cancel, the fields will be cancelled out, and the total net field due to the whole ring of charges at the center will be 0, as we get in the by putting the value that is equal to 0 in the expression. So this is the physically validated. So this completes our discussion for the electric field due to line of charges. I hope you understand and you like this video. If you get this anything good from this video, please like and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get all the notification of my coming videos. See you in next video very soon. Until then, Allah Hafiz, take care.